doesn't serve anything for me. And the minor inconveniences, I guess it's interesting going through this journey, how in my mind I thought I knew exactly what was happening and exactly how things would go. And there's some things that are very different, things that went down in ways that didn't have to. Good morrow, graceful warriors. It's going to be a beautiful day. Oh, I gotta start my boarding process. I'm not going to the gym, and I have started kind of making the gym an event out of the day. I will say, well, I guess I can't talk when I do this. I used to feel kind of embarrassed about going to the gym during like business hours, 9 to 5, because then I thought like it's gonna be obvious that I'm unemployed. And I think, you can get really in your head about the situation that the majority of people will experience at some point. As I look into my phone and then look back up into my mirror, like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. But I do, back to making the gym. It's part of my routine. I realize that this is going to need to continue to be a part of my routine, whether I'm employed or not. And then also I'm learning how to not let my anxiety lead my fitness regimen. Like yesterday I went for the walk and then I went to the gym for maybe 20 minutes and then did some ab work. But I used to really force myself to do like intense cardio and then weights. Number one, when you're working in a very fast-paced environment, you do not have time to do that every day. You're not going to have the energy. So even now, just because my time's a lot more open, I have it more segmented. I know when I get into running, so I'm training for that as well. Yeah, and I don't want, I think it's sad to hold my body back, my mind back, my spirit back based on how I may be perceived, which no one is perceiving me that way. That's just me being in my head. So yeah, back to making the gym an event. That's gonna have to do it. I start with how I dress. Performance is key. Like if I'm like, this is a lower body day, I'm gonna want something where I can like squat. I do have a sports bra by Beyond Yoga under this, but it is kind of chilly when I first walk downstairs. So I just have this full set from the TikTok shop. But I definitely recommend when it comes to fitness, like athleisure clothing is expensive, but you can also do high-low, like TikTok, Beyond Yoga. I'll probably do a video on that. There's a lot of thoughts I have on that. I like wearing my hoop earrings. These two-tone, well, like gold and silver hoops I got from the H Street Festival when I first moved here, and I think they're my favorite piece of jewelry. When I wake up in the morning after I wash, I do use this Glow Recipe serum that started as a sample from Sephora that I was like, oh, I really like this stuff, so I use that. And I use my Salt and Stone deodorant. I'm really into cherries this season from like my cherry wine espresso. But number 68 from Sol de Janeiro. And then, yeah, I put on a little bit of lip gloss. I like lining my lips because my lips have like a natural liner around it, but it's not blendable. So even though I grew up people saying like, oh, it's so cool that your lips are naturally lined, like it's not blendable when I wear lip gloss or lipstick. So I really like, what did I just use? Oh, this is by, is it Silver Fleur? In the tone non-smudging lip liner, and this is the color Cocoa. I love using this every day, and then if I leave it on for about 5 minutes and follow up with a nice lip gloss, it lasts, like the liner lasts throughout the day. I'm thinking maybe this Tower 20, this is a really nice, like perfect lip oil, lip shine in the color Sesame, one of my favorites. But I also, this is probably one of my favorite lip glosses, especially when you have a nice liner. By e.l.f. Lip Liqueur. Almost gone, as you can see. And this is Wild Rose Savage, or Wild Rose Savage. I definitely need to stock up on this. So either one of those I'm going to use. I think I am at my 5-minute mark, so I'm going to try to take this peel off with some tweezers and go to the gym. arpeggiation and reclamation of wild woman is that we all begin the process before we are ready. Before we are strong enough, before we know enough, we begin a dialogue with thoughts and feelings that both tickle and thunder within us. We respond before we know how to speak the language, before we know all the answers, and before we know exactly to whom we are speaking. That's a quote from one of my favorite books, Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's from in the 8th chapter on self-preservation. There's a million different copies and versions of this book, but if I mentioned a page number, it wouldn't do you any justice. But I will say that taking down my hair always feels like I'm stepping into my full self. It's something I've started as a teenager into young womanhood that just kind of brings me back to myself. As I get older, I'm starting to realize that so many cultures, hair is seen as a source of intuition, power, and identity. For example, this idea of, Samson's strength in the Bible, or how women's hair has been a symbol of freedom and defiance throughout history. So even in Women Who Run with the Wolves, Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, reminds us that to truly live in our own power, we have to embrace all parts of ourselves without fear of exile. And that is what I'm doing today. It's almost 1 a.m. and why am I still awake? After I did my hair, wasn't really that productive today. Got on the phone with my mom for a little bit, watched some TV, started doom scrolling, ate dinner. I'm not gonna write today off as a not productive day. It's just I have all these things in my head that I want to do that I feel like I'm not getting through, because I'm also pushing past a lot of anxiety and stress, even though it probably doesn't show, because I often feel like, what's the point of showing it? Like, I'm just gonna have to get through it, showing it may be interesting to some people. And I think a lot of people who know about my situation want me to show it, or maybe operate in that space. But at this point, I just need the right opportunity and some resources. Spazzing out and entertaining people, or coming up with next steps that I'm not too clear on how they're going to be done, doesn't serve anything for me. And the minor inconveniences, I guess it's interesting going through this journey, how in my mind I thought I knew exactly what was happening and exactly how things would go. And there's some things that are very different, things that went down in ways I didn't have to. But again, I can get really upset about that, or feel some type of way about, it's just already done. Now I know. And now I, move forward. I'm just glad I am a critical thinker. I ask good questions. I don't take responses, especially ones done with questionable motives or the wrong spirit, as the final answer. So yeah, I just know, like, before I worked where I used to work, I used to be a very routine, disciplined, like on all levels. And I'm slowly trying to reclaim that. And so maybe part of it is like my nervous system recovering. And then also realizing that, yes, I have family, I have people that love me, but it's up to me to get the results that I'm looking for. And ultimately those results are, whatever God has for me. But I definitely believe that faith without works is dead. So you have to move. And honestly, like, I'm doing a lot of moving while feeling dead or weak. And I'm already seeing the fruits of that. I just don't think I think people think that I'm like, maybe like stuck up or arrogant. But it's just, I've been on E for the past couple years. I think I went through like just different high emotional stages. And now even before this happened, was just getting to a point of like, okay, this is life. It's a little bit different, but this is what we're going to do. And so now I'm just like, I know I'm revving up for what? I don't know. But whatever it is, I believe everything that's happening currently or within the past couple months is for my good, for his purpose. Apparently I'm supposed to be doing stuff where I'm gonna have to be real calm and settled. People aren't gonna be able to read my card. Real chill. Just smooth operator is what they're gonna call me, apparently. But this right here, there's always like, oh, if you would have known, you taking a chance would bring you to this point, which no. But I also feel like I'm too far in to look back. So yeah, it's 1 a.m. I'm still up. I don't know why, but I'm going to go to bed because I'm going to be up by 7 a.m. and I'm going to enjoy this upper body day. Good night. Last night was a night I got really tired. And I don't know if it was just from leg day or maybe I was getting in my head about life and tried to tidy up a little bit, going to the gym. I'll check back in after that. Bye-bye. I am currently at the National Portrait Gallery in D.C. Before I got here, I stopped by the MLK Memorial Library, dropped off some books. Fun fact, I did not bring my laptop, so I could go home, but I think it's been really nice to get out, so I may just walk around the museum, take some things in, and I have my passion planner. So I will be journaling and planning out some of my upcoming steps this week because I think it's just really nice for me to get some good air. It is springtime here. That is such good news for me. So stay tuned. This is my outfit of the day. Top, TikTok shop, pants, good American. Ooh, shoes, Reeboks, and then my socks. I'll try this again. My socks are tube socks that I got when I was in London. And then my hand-me-down from my loved one. And now I need to enjoy the museum before my phone dies. get food, and then the gym.
Mission papers in my possession. There is nothing that will sting the Americans more than the fact I left Republican America a slave. I returned from monarchical England a free man.
I'm back. Nails are done. Nails are dead. And now it's time for a dinner. I have been craving my spaghetti with a homemade bolognese sauce like all week. And I know I've been starting out each day by saying like my 50 grams of protein. So here's an update on that. This morning I had European yogurt and berries and honey. I woke up kind of full. Had my protein brownie the night before. And this bolognese sauce, again, it's homemade and has lean beef and sausage. I feel like I'm pretty sure I hit 50 grams of protein. 100 grams of protein today by the end of tonight. Came back from mimosa, 3 mimosas in, one of my favorite spots in DC. For some reason it reminds me of 11. Figured I would do an outfit check before I go to bed. So of course, I have my Aritzia tank that I started with yesterday, but I didn't go outside, so I wore it again. These sweatpants joggers from Amazon, my Under Armour outdoor heavy weather shoes, which I love. This shirt in style. It's like a nice cotton full size shirt. This ring. It's not coming to me, but I'll like drop it if I remember. This choker. I want to say this is from Free People, like back in the day. Studs, Macy's, both the pearl and the diamond. That's the fit for today. My nails are abundance green and my toes. So shout out to Emily, who told me that she had a friend who got this green color and it brings in wealth. I like green is my favorite color, but it's the second time a woman has told me that abundance is near. So if you are in DC and you need abundance to come into your life, go to Mimosa Salon and get color 789. And it, what is it called? Something Bounce, but I know it's number 789. In the meantime, my phone and my Dropbox is backed up, so I gotta fill these in. I'm gonna have my spaghetti. I'm gonna apply to an opportunity tonight. and then probably watch apple cider vinegar, and then I'll close it out tomorrow, and then I'll have to put all this together, and it will be my first weekly vlog. Whew, this has been fun. I'm closing it out for tonight.